What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of the Giveaway Show. I'm Carlos Collects Comics. I'm your host. Welcome to my channel, Facebook, and Twitch. Glad that you're here. I've got the full panel with me tonight, holding it down. We're going to be talking about Fan Expo Dallas. That's right, the biggest and best pop culture and comic convention in the state of Texas is happening this weekend, and we're going to go over some of the best details for you. We're going to be going over some last-minute adjustments to the schedule because there have been some, including the addition and confirmation of a few really cool comic creators that we've been looking for, plus just some of the other fun stuff going on, and just a few overall tips, hints, and tricks for you as convention season hits its stride. Man, we got a packed episode, so we're going to get things rolling, but I'd be remiss if I didn't drop this quick look at our channel sponsor, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. Check this out. What's up, everybody? It's Carlos Collects Comics here, and I want to take a second to tell you about a sponsor of this video, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. And if you're looking for your next favorite comic shop, this is the spot. Tons of back issues, all the key books you could be looking for, a friendly and helpful staff, and 3 locations across the greater Houston area region: Lake Jackson, NASA, and Galveston. So make sure and check out Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. All right. So a big shout out to them, and thanks for their continued support of the channel and this show. So I've got some cool stuff. We've got a couple cool things I'm going to be giving away tonight. I'm going to be giving away a copy of New Avengers #7 with this stunning Mike Deodato cover. It's this first battle, I think, of Namor and Black Panther when it was T'Challa. I'm also going to be giving away in the second round this Sins of Sinister #1, 1 in 50 variant. This was generously provided to us by Wolverado as an act of kindness. We've also got this Deathstroke, the Terminator issue #1 that's available for any of our channel members if they want to do an upgrade giveaway from the regular giveaways for tonight. Man, okay, so we've got some really cool stuff going on. But first, just a quick starter, quick primer before I go around and let each of the panel say hey and give shout outs. Fan Expo Dallas, we've been covering this event for the past, I think, 4 or 5 years. So big shout out to Dana and the rest of the team there for their continuing to help us and just be a cool resource and great partners to be there at the convention. We'll be there all 3 days. I might go live during the course of the convention itself from the convention floor. We'll definitely be shooting some footage there, and might even do another run at the $25 challenge, which is a viral challenge that we did last convention season, and that was a lot of fun up until the very end, and then it was just raw competition. So looking forward to that possibly as well. But let me go ahead and go to the guys and have them all give shout outs real quick and say hello to everybody. All right, let's start up with JT Comics, a 7-foot tall man with biceps the size of my torso.
Woo! What's going on, everybody? Comic book fam, happy to be here. Happy to be on the Carlos Collects show once again with my co-host, that other guy. I forgot his name. Something Comics, the worst host ever. Jen is in here, so happy to see him back.
I'll remember that when I go get you something.
All right. So it's good to have you with us, JT. JT will be hanging out. He'll be in and out over the course of the weekend with us. Let's go next to the future Batman, Jen.
What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? We have a really good show tonight, and I don't want to ruin it. So I'm going to stay quiet. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm back. It's been 2 weeks, so you know how it is, every other week. And yeah, let's get this going. So moving on to the other guy that JT was talking about, I think Something Comics. You guys know who it is. Come on, where's that Silver Fox at? Come on, let's bring him around the corner.
Before we bring him on stage, he needs to go change his shirt. He knows the rule. All right. I'll let him put on another. Yeah, put on. I don't even know what that. What? That's nice. I'm gonna wait for him to change his shirt. He knows we
on my shirt.
God dang it,
Right.
Wolverado! Did you did you set him up?
Hey, we are.
All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
What?
All right. So we're gonna keep it moving, and let's see. Let's jump to the chat. Let's jump to the chat for shout outs. And then, all right, Emma Dudley says, "Good evening, everyone." She was in first at 8:54. El Green Machine popping in at 9. Let's see, Emma Dudley, good to see you there. El Green Machine, Wolverado, good to see all of you hanging out with us. Throwback shirt, no, not here. Australian AC. Let's see, Daryl Cersei, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I see your profile pictures. That excellent Joker cosplay. Liz Barnes, hey y'all, what's up? Good to see you. Let's see, Emma Dudley saying hi to everybody, dropping some hellos in here. Mr. Collector dropping in to say hello. Let's see, David Dodson, buddy, good to see you. And Wolverado, hey, glad that all of you are hanging out with us tonight. We're going to be getting things started. So we're going to go over a few of the folks that are appearing. Should be a lot of fun, and then we're gonna make sure to give y'all a couple of updates that we've heard about, because there have been some last minute changes. But one of the biggest things to do at Fan Expo Dallas is to go and meet some of your favorite celebrities and comic creators. So we'll tell you what. I'm gonna let you guys tell me who y'all want to cover for, or what types of celebrities y'all want to cover first for this, because celebrities, I think, is one of the biggest things we've got. Yeah. So what are you guys thinking?
There's a lot of celebrities and artists that they popped up on this con. I was going through, and there's people that were added. I think I was talking to Carlos about this, and I think it was confirmed that what's her name, Sozo Micah, is now added on. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So that was one thing that I was really excited about, because they didn't add her last year, and I have so much stuff that I want to get signed by her. So the fact that they added her or she actually announced that she's adding herself, or she's going to be there, which, last year when we showed up to the con, I was like, man, I wish they had let us know that she was here so I could have brought some of my stuff for her. Tony Daniel is going to be there now, so he's added back on. So that's cool. And of course, you have the entire Back to the Future cast, and John Cena is going to be there. I'm not sure how many people can see him, but I know a lot of people will see him. So that'd be kind of cool, right? And then Mr. T, right? Mr. T is going to be there, and how many times does Mr. T do cons? So there's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of I don't even know where to begin.
So let's start off. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring us over to the Fan Expo Dallas page, and we're going to get over there in just a second. Let me go ahead and let's bring it up. All right. So let's see. Okay. All right, man. So it is a packed show. There's a lot of people that they're bringing in this year. Starting with this top row, I guess these would kind of be considered their headliners. Michael J. Fox is coming in. He's going to be there Friday and Saturday only.
Cool.
Him from Back to the Future. John Cena, who's made his transition into acting from WWE. So he's still considered a wrestling legend. I think, isn't he doing a retirement tour of some sort coming up? Like his last wrestling matches?
He's doing the last tour. It's a John Cena, you know, the last. It's like the last ride or whatever. It's like his last. It's his last matches for the city, for city per city. So he said that even though he's gonna have like 20, 28 or 25 something appearances, he's gonna wrestle probably like 12 matches maybe, or 14 matches. He said you don't know how many matches I'm actually going to be at, but he's promoting himself, and I think a lot of the crazy thing about John Cena, man, is that he's done the most wish foundations for children, right? Like out of all the celebrities, all the people in the world, he's done like the most make a wish. So even though he's playing a heel character, he's doing all these things for this last ride, this like last tour thing that he's doing for the WWF, which I think is awesome. And I think even the fans are making fun of like how, because you see the way he used to look back in the day, and you see the way he looks now. He looks more like earnest as he's getting older. But at the same time, like I think he had like a hair transplant that he just admitted to that.
Really?
Yeah, he just got a hair transplant, because a lot of people at WrestleMania were saying, "Oh man, he has a bald spot. He has a little donut thing going on." And then I think for his heel promo, he's like, "I hate all of you guys," or something like. He said something about the fans where he realized that he needed to do something, so he got a hair transplant. He put it all over his social media. I thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, he's going to be interacting with the fans, and I have to decide here. The thing we were talking about, what we're going to do with our signings. I'm going to try to go after all the, Back to the Future guys, but I have to decide whether if I'm going to go for John Cena, because here's the thing. Now, Carlos has this brought up. It shows up there. $199 for a comic book, right?
Ooh.
And the autograph, his autograph's $149.
Yeah.
But that's $149 at the table.
Here's something that I'm shocked by. It's changed within the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now a regular autograph is only considered an 8x10,
Which is the pictures on this table.
Yeah. Anything else is considered a premium. And it's an extra $50 or more, depending on the individual person. I mean, which is wild. It's bizarre that it's so much more. And now I get it for like a bulky item, which is $250, like belts, props, clothing, chairs, sports equipment. I get that, because that's kind of a that's a pain. But like a comic book is roughly the same size as an 8x10.
Small.
So yeah. And then like these little like a trading card or a DVD, a script, a magazine. That's just I don't know. So Jen, you're pretty committed though or you're really considering getting a signature, right?
Well, the thing is, I have to decide, right, at the con if I'm most likely probably gonna get a John Cena signature from him, meet and greet, all that stuff. I'm leaning more towards him than Mr. T. Everyone at work, at the sheriff's office is like, "Oh, you should go with Mr. T. When do you ever see Mr. T?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but Mr. T is also like, if you go back, Carlos, and click on Mr. T for a sec."
Oh yeah,
You
okay.
have John Cena here, right? Look at the price difference.
Oh
now,
yeah.
If you click on Mr. T, he's already starting off at $249, and that's just like the stuff off on his table. Like, whether you have a clubber or you have the A-team or you have a Mr. T with his chains or whatever it is that they have laid out there, I may not want any of that. What I may want is like a comic book sign. But look, it says right here, posters and large photos. Now, I'm not bringing a poster and a large photo, but they could tell me right there on the spot, like, "Hey, that's a comic book, and I know it doesn't say it on the website, but it'll be $349.99, $350 for a comic book.
Mm.
I don't know if I want to do that. I'd rather get 2 John Cena signatures, and then pay the price for Mr. T. Now I don't mind doing his photo op. I don't mind bringing my family for a photo because those are memories that I'll build with them. Even though my kid doesn't know who Mr. T is, but when he sees Rocky 3, he'll be like, "Oh man, I took a picture with that guy." So I have to decide, Mr. T, a picture with Mr. T, or an autograph with John Cena. Which one do I do here? Because I'm doing the Back to the Future thing. Carlos and I talked about this leading into this show, like what we're all gonna do. And I told Carlos, I was like, "Oh man, I really want to get the entire Back to the Future cast." And I think when I calculated how much it was going to come out to, I think it's like $900 for everybody there.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's about $900, man.
That's it?
That's if you have cash. We're not even considering if you're going to be using a credit card plus the fees.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So Mr. Collector brings up again, and we'll make sure and cover this. He brings up this point, with all these big names, it's hard to prioritize who to see because you're in line for sometimes hours. And that's something important to understand, is that, remember, it's not just about how much money to budget. It's also about your time on a very busy convention day. So, you have to kind of prioritize who you want to see the most, because if you spend the whole day standing in that one line to get that one prize person, you could miss out on a bunch of others. And so notice Mr. T is only going to be there on Saturday, right? And the same for John Cena. Mm-hmm. So those 2 lines right there will wipe out your whole day.
Oh my God, yes, it will.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we were talking about. So originally, our plans changed throughout the year. I mean, first we were supposed to all write together, and then I did something dumb, and then we're writing back together, and now the thing is that I've learned one thing. I've listened to your wife. My wife loves Carlos. She loves Paul. She just recently met JT. She thinks JT's a great guy too. So she told me, she said, "Hey," she's like, "Hey, Bassett." That's my real name, by the way, guys. She's like, "Hey, Bassett, if Carlos ever wants to make plans with you in the future, and say even Paul, ride with them first. Because everyone else, you don't know. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, but those guys are legit, right?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm going to have to tell them that." So we're all going there to the con together. And one of the things is that I told Carlos, I said, if we get there on Friday, hey, Carlos, if you could go back to the main screen. But we were bothering him with this, but if you know the con screen, okay. So if you look at the dates that they're all supposed to be here, but look, Michael J is going to be there on Friday, man.
Friday, yeah.
And that's what makes it so much easier on me, that I was only gonna, I think the original plan was that we're only supposed to go on a Saturday. Now we're going on a Friday. So if we get there, I'd be like, "Hey, you pick up your passes and maybe try to knock out that Michael J. Fox line, because he'll be there Friday. And so will the other cast members. I mean, when's Christopher Lloyd going to be there? I think he's down there too.
Yeah. So let's keep moving on here. So yeah, I mean, that's a really good point that both Mr. Collector and Jen that y'all are making, that some of these guys, if they're only Orlando Bloom, Mr. T, and John Cena, all only there on Saturday. So right off the bat, they jump to the top of the priority. But actually, Michael J. Fox, as rare, as necessary as it is to try to get him ASAP. It's he's going to be there 2 days, and then Fluffy, I'm not sure. I guess they're trying out a stand-up comedy guy.
All 3 days though. He's there
all 3 days. David Boreanaz is there Saturday, Sunday. Anthony Daniels from Star Wars is there all 3 days. John Boyega is Saturday and Sunday.
I don't think he's going to have a big line. I don't think John's going to.
No, he's not. Sadly, he's not. I mean, he's a talented actor, but he's said too much recently, and then his character was just not done well. So, yeah, Christopher Lloyd Friday and Saturday. Huey Lewis, who's a whole different demographic as well as Back to the Future. He's there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Elizabeth Shue was my number one celebrity pick to try to go see. I don't know that I'm going to be able to make that one. Seth Green,
how much is she again? She's like what, $80 or something?
She's 80, yeah.
Yeah.
But but then a photo op is 110, and for her it was going to be the photo op.
Hey, you know what? If you want, man, I don't know if I don't know how you feel about this, but if you wanna do a photo op together, I don't mind going halvesies with you on that.
What the hell?
Don't make this weird. Paul. Don't make this weird. I don't mind going halvesies. I don't like.
I don't know.
We can make her in the middle.
What are y'all gonna do? Like,
stand on one side, you stand on the
other
side.
Take the picture. Good Lord.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Seth Green is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Emily Deschanel is there Saturday and Sunday. Heather Graham, who's another one of my, they hit all my younger years like crush people, all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did, because Heather Graham was one of them. She's there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Christina Ricci was one of them. She's Friday, Saturday.
Christina Ricci. I'm probably going to do a photo op with her, and I'm getting her signature. So that's canceling because she was supposed to be here last year, and she couldn't make it because of scheduling conflicts. And the year before that, when we had originally announced the Wednesday series for Netflix, she canceled.
Hang on. Let me tell you all about what happened in my house.
Oh, man.
I brought up Allie with an I, Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that already.
Okay. My wife, both of my daughters, all three of them swarmed me and fussed at me for even considering a photo op with Elizabeth Shue. And I said, look, she was my first major crush when I was, little middle school, Carlos Collects. And she was my first major crush. She was, she hung the moon. And I'm going to get in trouble for this right now. Like literally saying that, I'm going to get in trouble.
You don't have to get in trouble for
it. Here's the deal. This Collects with the crane kick.
I'll be on this side.
Now, here's the thing. The only one that took my side? My son. And he said, what did he say? He said something, she do be kind of bad in the family group chat. When I dropped it in the family group chat, and he said, she do be kind of bad. But he's all the way in California, so he couldn't come to my defense. And he's not going with me this year because he's serving. He's actually in training that he can't even talk about anymore. So man, I wanted a photo op.
Bottom tier.
I don't know if I should even. No, I don't even know if I should. Okay, I'm gonna say it. All right, because it's just us here, right? I had this idea for a photo op with me, my wife, and Elizabeth Shue.
Oh yeah,
and I thought it would be the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Standing with my wife happily and Elizabeth Shue kind of pining. I just thought it would be the funniest thing in the world. I had a great idea, and all right, smart boy. All right, ain't been in a Carlos Collects Live in forever. Nice to see the Chris. Good to see you, buddy. Allie with an I, you know what it is. Smart boy, says El Green Machine. Always good when your son has your back. That's right, he did.
Yeah.
See, that photo will be buried in the backyard with the gun, honey. As the saying goes, if the shoe fits. I'm getting that on a T-shirt. If the shoe fits. All right, your photo should be Dagger, come on, man. That's horrible. All right, anyway, okay. No, so that, Jim, that's probably the biggest, that's one of the biggest things was, and my daughters, my 10-year-old, she gave me the most scalding look, and she just kind of looked at me like, Daddy. No, Daddy, you can't. I mean, what do you do? What do you say at that point?
You just take
Can't do nothing.
Paul and me with you, and
JT knows what I mean. He knows what I mean.
Don't bring me into that
yeah,
fire.
I'm bringing you in, Paul. We're bringing
No,
you in.
I've seen Mr. Lex, man. I don't want no part of that.
Right.
We'll talk to Mrs. Shu for him. Be like,
Y'all need to say there's a YouTube personality here that had the biggest crush on you, and probably still does a little bit. But
he
yeah,
collects comics. His name is Carlos
just a little
collects.
bit.
he's a comic book nerd, and he brings home 6 figures a week. Action figures.
He's very well known in the community.
Right? No, he's not.
Someone was sniped on his channel.
Right.
He fell off.
Look at JT, he left.
Like, what are you talking about? Like,
No, he didn't.
So he's about the L level tier in comic book on YouTube, guys. He's the L level. So all right, you should do as your wife feels. It's about respect. Oh,
Ooh.
all right. Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
He said, ooh.
So Emmy Deschanel, Heather Graham, Christina Ritchie, and Zachary Levi. He was such a good Shazam in the first movie. He's a good actor. He's a good actor. I like him.
I like Zachary Levi. I've met him a few times.
He's building a huge soundstage in Austin, here in Texas.
Really?
All right, next up, Alicia Silverstone.
I'm definitely getting a picture with her also.
Are you going to do a picture or an autograph?
I'm doing both because, with her.
What are you going to have her sign?
So that's what I was asking Carlos and even Paul, JT in our group chat. Weapon X is on there too. I mean, everybody's trying to give me ideas. I think Carlos had shown me a Batman Forever Batgirl poster. It was just too close to the con, so I can't just buy it now and then have it delivered. But I've seen that. I thought about that. Then the photo op I'm definitely gonna do. I'm not gonna dress up as Batman, so I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna.
Why not?
I'm just not, man. I got that kid with me, man, and I love him. But me being, sweating in there, and me scaring the kid halfway because he has never seen me dress up as Batman. He's gonna be like, "What the heck?" And then having to deal with her, doing a photo op with her, and man, this con can get hectic, man, if you don't plan everything correctly.
It really is. Okay, Mr. Collector says, "I'm going to get her to sign my heart."
Oh, that's cute.
That's a quick way to get thrown out, Collector.
I know. He says, how quick do you want to get thrown out? All right, let's keep moving through these guys. Hey, shout out if there's a celebrity that you want us to stop on and check out pricing.
Click on Alicia Silverstone's price. She's about $80 now.
So she's autograph or photo op, $80, which I think that's super cool. That's
that's
reasonable.
Man.
Not the 8x10 or nothing like that.
No, I mean, it just says autograph. I think it's just across the board. She'll sign anything, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She's not.
She's probably one of the first ones you should probably go knock out before she changes her price. She's like, oh my god, like everybody else is doing it. Oh, I'm $100 for a comic.
So look, but here's the thing though. That's a good point though about this because look at her schedule. She's only going to be there Saturday, and then look, she's got 3 different panels during the day on Saturday. So 1:30, 3:20, and 4:20, she's got panels. So she's not going to be at her booth very much at all. Mm-hmm. She'll be there you got to go get her first thing or hope for her at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because think about it. She might have a lunch before her 1:30 panel. She'll probably have a lunch before her 1:30 panel. Then between, if that panel goes for an hour, 2:30, that's less than an hour until her next one. And then her last one is an hour later at 4:20. Now, I think these I'm not sure. These might be, I think these are her signing times, or no, her photo times. So, yeah, for autographs, she might be one to get right off the bat. So, just keep that in mind when you're planning for a convention.
Well, I want to say that they would tell you, like, if he wants a photo with her, they're going to tell him, Mr. Bassett or Jen, this is the time you got to come back for the photo. Or it should be even say it on the ticket. I think that's how.
Or maybe selfies, Paul.
Like, they won't. Well, you can take it there, but they're going to have that curtain thing where you just go back there and you take a picture with her.
Man, I would love if she.
But not the one where you're just sitting there and then standing. That's not.
Well, what I would love is just to have a camera out and be like, "Hey, so look, your photo op's like $80, right? What if I do a selfie with you for like another 40? Like do that whole like."
Yeah, but you can do that if you buy that. You get to go back there and then you take the photo and then you may take a selfie. I think that's what they do too. Take a selfie.
Nice. You know what, Paul? I need to take you places with me.
No, you ain't.
His record this year.
Right, JT? No, I ain't going with you. I ain't getting thrown out.
No, I'm saying don't take Paul.
Wolverado. Okay, I didn't even know there was. I didn't know there was a Clueless comic book.
No, it isn't. There isn't a Clueless comic book, Wolverado.
Even if there is, I'm not a big Clueless guy. If I was to get her to sign anything aside from Batgirl stuff, I would probably get her to do Blast from the Past. I love Blast from the Past. It was one of my favorite movies.
She's vegan, so that means we can't go over there. We can't.
I don't know about that.
She's vegan.
Yeah, we supposed to know a lot about her.
I mean, right. Really,
Wolverado. Let's keep moving. We still got to do at least our first giveaway. All right, so Christopher Mintz-Plasse is going to be there. John Rice Davies.
Green.
Okay, so Tom Welling from Smallville is there all 3 days. $60 for an 8x10 or a poster. Premium autograph is $80 for Funko Pops and anything outside of 8x10 images.
So the comic's gonna fall into that category.
Yeah. See, always budget for the higher one, and if they just call it a regular autograph, then you're good. You save.
Because me and Carlos went back and forth about Peter Cullen, Frank Welker. He was like, "No, it's 60." Nope, it was 80.
Because that's the thing. They had it listed once. Again, and here's the other thing. One big hint. Always remember that things can change.
Yeah.
All right. Things can change. Hey, El Green Machine. Yeah, I see you, buddy. All right. So things can change. Just keep that in mind. Their prices.
He's a really nice. He's a really nice.
Michael Rosenbaum is actually a pretty big podcaster. So here's the cool thing. His autograph, only $60. Just $60 for him to sign.
Yeah, he's the voice of Flash, guys.
Yeah, he's also the voice of Flash, and his podcast is a pretty big deal. It's called Pieces of You, I think.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to the giveaway show.
It's excellent. No,
what is so funny, JD?
That was a good one.
Would he get upset if I asked him to autograph a Lois and Clark comic?
He's not going to autograph that, Wolverado.
Clark.
Yeah, all right. So Michael Rosenbaum is only $60. Christian Krug dropped out. Oh, here's another one of my crushes, Leah Thompson. She was a big deal back in the day.
I got her autograph.
I'm surprised you even going to the show. As many crushes as you got coming there.
$80. Yeah, no, I'm barely being allowed to go as it is. All right, $80 for premium or bulky, which is fairly affordable. El Green Machine says, take the picture. All right, let's see.
Are they doing group photos?
They are.
Yeah, for the Back to the Future.
All of them in one photo?
Yeah, they got
all of them. All right, so here's the thing. I mean, this is wild. Okay, so they're all over the map. Garrett Hedlund, who's done more than just Tron Legacy, autograph $60, photo op $60. I think he's in the new Tron Ares. I think
next.
I don't think so. I mean, is he?
Heather Locklear. She's named. Do y'all remember her from T.J. Hooker, the William Shatner show?
Yeah,
she was on that one. Yeah, and she was like a huge bombshell also back because I remember her too.
Yeah, but she doesn't look like this anymore. So you're gonna be
She
real.
don't look like that. That's an AI right now.
Disappointed.
You'll be like real disappointed when you see her. Be like Heather Locklear.
There you go. That's
Hey, Dirk Benedict from Battlestar Galactica and the A Team, $100 for an autograph, $110 for a photo op.
Ooh.
Pretty sure he doesn't look like that either.
No, man, y'all don't be mean.
Priscilla
Dirk,
Presley.
hey, Dirk, if you're watching, man, you're off.
You said he doesn't look like that either.
Hey man, use your recent picture.
All right, Erica Durance. Oh, she's only 55. She was the new Lois Lane in Smallville.
Now,
$55 for an autograph, $60 for a photo op.
She's in line for that. Nope.
Laura Vandervoort, $55 for an autograph, $60 for a photo op.
Nope, I ain't standing in line for that neither.
I'm getting her autograph, Laura's.
Okay, Keith David has dropped out, so he is no longer going to appear.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
man, at least I got extra money. For
He
Keith.
dropped
I
out.
wanted what?
Oh, there's the old dude.
Well,
Oh yeah, here's Stephen Amell just got added on. $60 for an autograph, $80 for a photo op.
That's
And
Arrow.
then Dave,
Oh, he's the
David-
one that played Flash, right?
Yeah, I don't care for
He was Martian
on
Manhunter
Arrow.
Flash, right?
No, that was
he's
Arrow.
always here. He's always at like Fan Expo. He's like always there.
Yeah, he was the one that did
he's
Flash.
he's good, solid. He's a good, solid actor. I'm kind of bummed that Suits LA didn't take off. It only got one season. It got canceled.
Yeah, I can't
So,
believe
yeah.
Flash is coming.
What they should have done was paired him up with Felicity, the girl that played Felicity on the show, because
No, he
Oh,
should have him up.
Queen of the Ring was an amazing movie, man.
Alcoholic.
Probably one of the best movies I've watched
I
last
don't know
year.
what you're saying. All right, Mr. Collector says pass. Wolverado is saying really rude things about Heather Locklear in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Heather Locklear looks like the woman from Monster, the one
God,
that.
you're terrible. It's mean. All right, let's jump to comic creators because we've got a couple of
there we go.
updates here.
Now
All
we're
right,
talking.
all right. Scott Snyder
Yep.
and
Yep.
Capullo are re-teaming to come to Fan Expo Dallas this year. The team behind the new 52 Batman.
Yep.
They're here. They've also worked on Spawn, Absolute Batman, Wolverine Revenge, and others. As usual, there's no pricing listed for these guys. But
He's like $100.
Here's
Yeah,
the
not
other
$100
deal. Scott Snyder will only be there Saturday and Sunday. But
What?
Greg Capullo, check it out. Only Saturday and Sunday. Greg Capullo, however, will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, that's
All right,
messed up.
same-
He probably got an
Same-
early flight.
I mean,
You need a delayed flight.
he had to work on Friday, man. Give the man his,
Like me.
he's got to work.
Dude, you have to finish
All right,
training.
Ryan Otley, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Ryan
He's
Otley.
done a lot.
That's my good friend Ryan Otley. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Paul
Mine
is currently DMing with half of these people
Yeah.
right now. All right, Clayton Crane, Mr. Well, we're not going to cover him. Never mind. All right.
Lane Crane.
Mr. Clayton Craig, come on, Carlos. He's
Yeah.
gonna be there. He's definitely gonna be there.
Yeah.
I know he's going to be there, man, but I don't know. I don't like it.
I'm passing.
You're not taking Miss Collection. You're all right.
JT's like, I'm passing.
Passing.
El Green Machine, who are you mad at? What is going on? All right, okay. Mr. Collector says Donnie Cates, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. Yep, Mr. Steal Your Girl. That's right.
Mr. Still your
I'm
girl.
sorry, Clayton. You're not getting a pass, buddy. You're not getting a pass. All right, Alessandro Capuccio from Ultimate Wolverine. He will be there, but Caselli has canceled, so he will not be there. Donnie Cates. Okay, what do you guys think of Donnie Cates being there?
I'm actually kind of happy because of the fact that he just recovered from that what is it, that car accident.
Yeah.
He's also got like writer's block. That's why he hasn't been working on a lot of comics. Remember, he's supposed to take over for DC and do the whole secret crisis thing that's supposed to happen in 2029, 2030 that we've been talking about on this channel.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have a lot of questions to ask him. Like, hey man, are you still doing that? Like, that's one of the first things I want to ask him is like, hey, I was really excited about that you were gonna jump over to DC and work on the Superman versus the Black Winter and all that was supposed to happen with the Superman Prime shit. But
Hey,
did
did you see they just announced Batman Deadpool?
Yeah, I don't.
we saw that.
I mean, I just don't. I've been a big fan of the Bat in the Sun stuff, so I don't know how I feel about the writer Grant Morrison, because Grant Morrison can write really well Dick Grayson Batman, but every time he wrote Bruce Wayne Batman, he always took away the prep time. He made Batman like almost this idiotic character. Didn't have prep time. Goes into the fight, gets his butt whooped, and then it's like, I don't know. Grant Morrison just can't write Batman the way that I would expect him to write Batman. He can write really good Dick Grayson Batman because Dick Grayson doesn't really prep, and that whole chemistry that he built between Damian and Dick Grayson, and Dick Grayson kind of like a fatherly figure to him, which plays out in the New 52 where Bruce Wayne takes Damian to the cemetery and he's like, hey, these are my parents. These are your grandparents. I never got to know them as the way you're getting to know me. I'm your father. He was like, I don't know why you brought me to see a bunch of dead people. And Damian doesn't respect Bruce at all. But when Dick Grayson's in his life, he's like, well, you'll never be like the way Dick Grayson was with me. And it plays a really cool character development aspect with those characters. Like I said, Grant Morrison isn't a bad writer. He's a good writer when he writes certain characters. Like, I think he's really good at writing Superman. Because Superman doesn't need prep time, right? But when it comes to Batman, he's always struggled, or at least with me, I just don't like the way he writes Batman. And I think a lot of other people are also saying that. Like when that was announced, the first thing that people were like, Grant Morrison? Really? Like with Deadpool? And I was like, why if they're gonna do Batman versus Batman and Deadpool, why couldn't they just do Midnighter and Deadpool? Because they're basically the same character. I would have rather see Midnighter versus Deadpool than Batman versus Deadpool. Just a better comic. It'll be funnier. Midnighter's always hitting on Deadpool. Deadpool is taking it. I don't know. But that's how I feel about that. But we'll see. We'll see which way they go with that comic. It'll sell. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's gonna sell well
because of the characters. So
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, with Donnie Cates, Nishali, she wants to definitely meet him because she, I think she has her own questions set up for that. Once that was announced, she was like, "Oh man, like I can get my null signed." Yeah, so she's over here in the background right now, all like, yeah, So, but yeah. She's pretty excited about meeting him and everything. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Well, let's see. Let's think. Okay, we gotta get moving on these. We need to do a giveaway too.
Do a giveaway. Let's bring
a
giveaway.
So let's
do a giveaway.
Yeah, let me go through the giveaway real quick. Okay, are any of you taking copies of while I'm pulling the screen up? Are any of you taking copies of any Ultimate Wolverine books to get signed?
Yes.
No. This feels like a convention for it. All right.
Maybe that one.
Which one?
The one in the snow.
I don't think he did that one though.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Let me see. The one I have is trying to find it. Sheesh.
Tony Stank says, I expect an Elizabeth Shue autograph giveaway.
Ooh. Get us to 2,500 subscribers. We'll do
it. There you go.
Yeah, these two.
Oh, there you go. Give away a free Michael J. Fox autograph ticket. Man, we're not there yet.
Damn. Y'all boys, man, y'all getting it.
I mean, I can give you one. I mean, can somebody have me write Michael J. Fox and just shake me while I do it?
Oh, that's
Well, I'm sorry. I mean,
that is terrible. Ah,
There
You
you
gotta
go.
find
That's
somebody named Michael.
Carlos ain't got this one.
You ain't either. That's mine.
What?
I'll let you hold it. Remember, I let you borrow that?
Oh yeah.
What is
Oh,
that?
okay. I'm sorry.
it's a second. Why'd you get the second print?
Because I mean, I got a couple first, but I like this one. I'm gonna give him the sign. Both the sign, the second print.
He
And
costs-
guys, this one's actually. So if y'all know, on Comics on Demand, if you were there, you know what happened with this book. But the winner wants me to get this signed, and to
Nice.
give it to Ryan Otley. It's signed and graded for him. But he got
And
this on
graded?
the
Wow.
Comics on Demand.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice book. Did you get that other
this
one?
is number 2. This is already released. Ah, look at that. He got.
Look at JT. Look at that.
Did you get the other one too?
I don't think Ryan Otley did the team up one though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he did that one either.
No, I don't think he did that.
Yeah, but it came in the blind bag.
Yeah, I'm getting the other one because it's Ryan Otley.
Right.
All right, let's go ahead and let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get this. Let's see. I hope to get a signed.
Look at that,
Ultimate-
guys. I'm a big Blue Beetle fan. I'm getting these.
Okay.
All right, hey, no, we're gonna show off the books at the end, Paul. Let's do the giveaway real quick, and then we're gonna have everybody. Once we go through all the people that are there, then we're gonna show off some of the books that we're gonna get signed, and then we'll get. We'll get this puppy moving. All right, so check it out. We've got. Okay, hashtag Fan Expo Dallas for your chance to win one of the books. Yes, there'll probably be a couple of giveaway books that come back from Dallas, but some of the books will probably. Well, I don't know. We'll get into that. So there's I don't know. It's a lot of it's going to depend on kind of what. Yeah, I don't know. The landscape is changing. I'm gonna have to add an extra box because of a couple people we found that are going. All right, make sure that you sign or that you do this, or that you get your hashtag Fan Expo Dallas for your chance to win. We're gonna be showing off some of the books and talking about some of the folks that we've got going. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and run it. Hashtag Fan Expo Dallas for a chance to win. Good luck, everybody. This is for the new Avengers number 7, covered by Mike Deodato, and artwork. First fight between Namor and Black Panther. Here we go. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
All right, that Comic Tom Battle Beast is pretty nice. Aelwolf!
Aelwolf. Congrats.
Congratulations, Aelwolf. All right, so Aelwolf, this is going to be yours right here. This copy of this. All my Sharpies who disappeared from the studio up here. All right, Aelwolf, congratulations. Remember, channel members can upgrade giveaways. But Aelwolf, this is yours. New Avengers number 7. We're going to go onto the stack here. All right, we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going, folks. All right, so here's the deal. We've got. Let's take a look. Let's go back to the list of comic creators. Let's show off books real quick. All All right, so hey, big change to the overall offerings. Donnie Cates is back Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tony Daniel, who was listed, then dropped, and now is back, is appearing all 3 days.
Yeah, so I reached out to Fan Expo because Carlos was crying when Tony Daniels canceled. So you're welcome.
All right, good. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. All right,
I
Tony
was telling
Daniel,
JT, but JT was laughing since you were crying.
Tony Daniel is one of the ones that I've kind of been after his autograph for about 6 years now.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I hear a restraining order.
What you want to get signed?
Man, I got a lot of stuff here, guys.
All right, so hey, tell you what, let's do round robin.
You only got 5 seconds, so I don't know what
I'm gonna go through a step. Okay, look, they don't know. They don't have 5 seconds. They're gonna each get to go. I'm gonna run this through. You guys get your
5 seconds
ready real quick. All right, so just some of the books. This is just one stack that I'm taking, one store folio. I'll have four. All right, I've got a couple of copies of John Boy Myers' Batgirls #4 variant featuring the Batman, the movie Batman. All right,
Nice.
Kale New, or no, Alan Qua did this really stunning Nightwing #96
Nice.
cover.
Yes.
Harley
Okay.
Quinn and Nightwing.
Okay.
Here's the Sentry #2. I don't have a copy of #1, Jen.
Jay Lee, is that Jay Lee?
All right, yeah, this is Jay Lee.
All right, pass.
All right, talking about Noctera, which is hot spec. It's super cold spec. Perfect time to be picking them up right now. All right, I'm going to be grabbing more of them since Tony Daniel and Scott Snyder will be there. But this is the first print cover A. Needs to sign by both. This is first print cover D, the Boss Logic cover. It's already signed by Tony Daniel.
Nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and get Scott Snyder to sign it as well.
What the hell?
I'll be adding some more Nocteras. Scott Snyder did a really cool series I like called Clear. This is the foil logo cover. This may get dropped because of the Noctera books. All right, Power Girl #11 has a variant cover by In-Hyuk Lee. All right, here's one of the big ones. Timothy Zahn, the creator of Thrawn, the author of the Heir to the Empire trilogy. This is Star Wars Heir to the Empire #1, first appearance of Mara Jade and Grand Admiral Thrawn. I'm going to have him sign this. This is a direct edition.
Yeah.
I'm taking these. I don't know if they're all getting signed. So Jay Lee was the artist on a 6-issue series from DW, Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Wow.
I'm going to take these as well. So these are just all books that I already had. All right. These are some of the best looking G.I. Joe and Transformers covers I've seen in a while. I just love the way Cobra Commander looks in this one.
What's your limit on those books? 20?
What do you mean?
Like how much
do you mean?
you willing to pay for a signature?
That's a whole different, because I have them tiered. I've got them tiered. Timothy Zahn comes first.
Okay.
Once I have the last books I'm going to show this. Look at this Megatron cover.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, just have him sign right in the smoke. Yeah. So, okay, so the deal is, so like I've shared, one thing is remember to tier your autographs if you're going for autographs. Who are your people that you have to get? For me, the #1 on my list that I've been following for over 8 years, and one of these books has been in my possession since 1992. So
Wow.
Timothy Zahn, I've been looking for his autograph for forever. So I had this book from Christmas of 1992. It was a very special Christmas gift that I received. I shall see it. Merry Christmas 1992 to Carlos and Tovar from his grandfather, Benito R. Herrera.
Oh.
So this is a first print, first edition. That's what he used to give all the grandkids a book every Christmas. and this was what he gave me in 1992. I was like a freshman in high school. So I'm going to get this signed, but I had gotten back in at this time I didn't like get hardcover books, so I only had a long time ago I got rid of them, but I had a paperback of the first book and a paperback of the third book. So I had to go out, and 2 months ago I started looking to find a first edition copy of the first novel and a first edition copy of the third novel. You know, and it takes it, like, if you want to get a good price, like I didn't have a lot to spend on these, so it took a long time to find them. That's why months ago I started looking, because I knew that if I didn't get anything else signed, I wanted to show Timothy's on this one, the inscription on this one, and get this one signed. And I said I'd love to, if I can find these for cheap enough, complete the set and have all three signed. So for me, getting these three books signed by Timothy Zahn is priority number one. It comes above everything. So I'm budgeting $30 per signature. Now, if I want him to inscribe it to me. Sometimes people, when they know that you're a fan and you're not just getting the signature to flip it or something like that, sometimes if you inscribe it, they will do a lower price or even do a certain number for free. If he does them for free, that's money that can then go back into getting some of these other books signed. But, if it costs me, like, I'm budgeting up to $30 a signature for each of these to get them signed. So that's kind of how I'm tiering it. Now, again, if a lot of these are cheaper, like if Jay Lee sticks with his $5 or $10 signature, which he's done a lot, then yeah, like for $5 a piece, I would do these, all 6 of them. Mm-hmm. If it's $10 a piece, I'm probably not going to be able to do all 6, but I want to have all 6 there in case I can afford them. Right. And so, again, it's kind of tearing, because like this is just a really sick cover, so I'd love to have that and the Megatron one, and then this one signed, or even just the number 1 signed. But, again, if it comes down to it, and he's just too expensive, like if he's $20 a signature, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting anything signed at that point. It just comes down to what you're willing to put. And now, second tier for me is this one by itself.
Yeah.
So because this one I'm only going to have him sign it with his name. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pass it to the next of you guys to let you show some more. We can do it in a couple of rounds if people want to show them. Wolverado, are your wives going with you? Just asking because Clayton Crane will be there, so keep an eye out. All right, okay. Let's see who wants to go next. Show off a stack of books.
I can go. I mean, I unless JT, you want to go, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't care how.
Jim, let's do it.
Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, so I'm with Carlos on this. We talked about this right when they announced it. I think is when we started making the trip. I think the trip wouldn't even really be happening unless if it was for Timothy. So it's kind of like an awesome thing that we all kind of like we really like him and follow him and everything. So that's great. So one of the things is that I also am getting that signed. So
nice.
I ended up taking this one out, this Bad Baby out, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can try to get this pressed because I know it's a 9.6, but even with it being a 9.6, this could easily be a 9.8. So, and I can't wait, man. I mean, meet him and to pop that open to get it signed. So same thing with my books. I also have, the volume 2, volume 3.
Right.
And so these 2 right here are first editions, and they're pretty mint, man, because I got these like right around the time that they had just came out. I was fortunate to get my hands on these, and they've been sitting on my shelf for I don't know how long, man. I mean, I've taken really good care of these, and I can't wait, man. This is gonna be awesome to get these signed. Now the thing is, when I first heard about the story, I was like, going to college, and someone had said, hey, I wasn't really into Star Wars around the time, and it was thanks to my mom that back around 7th grade when I got reintroduced to that stuff because of episode 1, and then I think that's when I transitioned into it, and I started watching the older stuff, and then eventually someone said, hey, the saga continues in this, and I was like, oh, let me read it, let me get into that, and this is about Leia's and Luke's kids. So that was, if you really want to know why fans lashed out against Kathy Kennedy, it's because she said that there wasn't enough source material. No, there is source material. You just chose not to follow it. You wanted to do your own thing. That's why the community was so mad. When I say we, but yeah, that's what a lot of.
Yeah, and real quick, just to point this out, somebody pointed out in a forum, because this always gets talked about the whole not using the expanded universe. The biggest reason, to be completely honest, for it is that they didn't want to have to pay all the writers of the expanded universe books and comics and all that. They didn't want to have to pay them any royalties. Because think about it. Once you use their story, unless you work their story, they take a chunk of the they can request and take a chunk of the proceeds. Because at that point, all especially Timothy Zahn, the contracts were written in the event that there was ever a film adaptation of his novels.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So Disney just didn't want to give up that money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big part of it. It's I don't know how it is around his characters, like Grand Admiral Thrawn. I don't know if that cost, but if they had taken the whole story to adapt it, like if it had been called the same thing and adapted, they would have owed him, money.
Yeah, but it's totally worth it, man. And you don't just.
I agree with it. I think they're wrong to do what they did.
Disney has the money. Who is the idiot behind the concept that, oh, we're not going to pay this guy because we don't want to spend money? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're developing quality over the aspect of, look, if you're not going to spend money, then clearly you don't understand how entrepreneurship works or even how business works. You have to spend money to make money. If you had spent money and brought this guy in, you would have had not just an expanded universe. You would have had fans that would have probably stuck it out with you and probably been like, hey, if Disney gave us this, what else are they going to be able to give us?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, guys. It'll tell you right here which printing it is. Mine is the 6th printing. So, like I said, I was in college when I finally found out about this, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And then I went and made sure that I got the others, and I got the first prints in these, and I guess the person that I ended up getting this from had conserved this and taken really good care of it, because these are all mint copies. But yeah, this is, like I said, says 1 right there. So this is a first print. So first print. So I'm with Carlos here. I want to meet him, and I think when we had talked about this, we were so excited on the phone, and we were like, hey, let's go meet this guy. So that's one thing that I'm going to do. The other thing is, I have a whole box here. I told you guys that since we're writing together, we're just bring whatever you want, man. There'll be room for all that. So, so I had drawn this with Tone Rodriguez. I had drawn this, and then Tone Rodriguez had colored it, and I'll be submitting that in. So that'll be one thing that I'll be looking forward to submitting. If maybe now, maybe at the con, or maybe later in the year. And then I have this stuff for Donnie Cates. I got the entire Thor stuff that I'm gonna do. So that was one thing that I wanted to do. That, you know, Donnie Cates is back for the whole Black Winter stuff, so I was gonna get him to do, you know, just the variants of the Black Winter. I actually really like the Black Winter concept that he came up with. I thought that was very brilliant. So I'll be having these books signed by him, and I have a few copies of the Black Winter. So that'll be one thing that I'll be getting signed. David Nakayama is going to be there too, I believe, right?
No,
he's not canceled. I thought he was.
Well, he was never on the schedule for this year.
Oh, well, that's
unless he's going to be in the unknown booth or something. But no,
he's not going to be there.
Okay, well, yeah, I had some David Nakayama stuff too. I mean, I thought he was.
Yeah, I've got a ton of David Nakayama stuff, but he's not coming this year. Yeah. You know, I think he lives in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bigger jump for him to get over here.
Donnie
Cates. Told him that.
So that's another Donnie Cates book. So I'll be getting that one signed also. I know this one's one of the noir. The noir cover has been pretty hot, but that was actually one of my favorite covers for the Donnie Cates stuff. For my wife, she wanted to get what is it? She had this right here that I had set aside for her. So you know, the iconic cover that came out. So it was number 3 for Null. So she wants to get that signed, and she was like, "Hey, make sure you put it with your stuff. Don't forget it." And I was like, "Okay, I got it." Is Al Garza gonna be there? I know he's usually never announced, and that's what sucks. Like I messaged him, but he never.
I have not seen his name on the guest list.
So I have to make sure, because I don't want to take extra stuff. But I have this Rogan Gambit that he did.
Oh wow!
I really want to get this signed. And so that was one of the stuff that I'm making sure that if he's there, man, that'd be awesome. So that was another thing that I wanted to get signed.
So real quick sidebar hint to dovetail onto what Jen's saying. When in doubt, you know, comic books are fairly small, so go ahead and pack it. You know, if you're in doubt about whether or not you want to get, like, if you know the person's going to be there. But if you're in doubt, you know, if you're not 100% sure if you want to get it signed or not, just go ahead and take it, because you can always like flip through things in your Airbnb or your hotel when you get there and make your final decision, you know, and kind of tear things down. And we'll get into kind of how to build your tier for autographs. But you saw like my number 1 and my number 2 tier. And that's the thing, is like once those 4, like as long as I have enough money signed to get those 4 things signed, then the rest is just stuff where I start looking at, okay, you know, how do I stage kind of different things, and you know, and then the different kind of things, because you know there's multiple kind of slots that the stuff I get signed goes into. Some stuff gets signed just for giveaways, you know, and that's what it's for. All right, who's going to be those?
So that'll be Sam De La Rosa. I was gonna get him to.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is that you know, I've had this for like ever, man. I just thought about it. I said, man, Sam's worked on so many things, and I started looking through his, and I was like, you know what, this guy's gonna go up in price eventually. I know he's common, but I was gonna get him to remark something right there. And
wow.
This is a 9.8 candidate, guys. Like it's clean. I got this when it was practically like $1 or something like that, $2. Well, however much it was back in the day, I mean, it's like a $20 comic or $15 when I originally got it, but it's like what I'm saying is it's like a $1-2 comic when it was like very fine, you know. Now this is like what is becoming like $100-$200 comic.
Yeah, it's $100 book.
So I'm definitely going to get that signed by De La Rosa. It'll be one of those things that I'll be able to keep that I'll be like, say, hey, you know, I actually have something that's worth keeping with his signature on it. Not saying that he's not worth, you know, having a signature on other things, because I think he's very talented. It's just that he never expanded out beyond that lethal protector. You know, everybody knows him for that and only that. And it's like, you know, yeah, everybody has his signature on a lethal protector comic, but not a lot of people know about the Predator. But you know, eventually when people do start getting more and more signatures of the Predator, then he'll be like, oh, you know what, maybe I need to start charging way more for that book, because he's doing that now with the Lethal Protector. He knows that people want his signature on the Lethal Protector.
Yeah, he charges.
I have the controversial 110. It's the Invincible comic where Anissa practically forces herself on Invincible. Now, if you haven't watched the show, that's a spoiler, but at the same time, it's really not a spoiler, because you eventually see where the direction of the character is going, even on the show. It's funny, I was telling Carlos about a debate that some guy was having with me, and he's like, Anissa's like the perfect fit for Invincible. I'm like, tell me more about how you don't read comic books, man. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how far did you read Invincible for you to come up with that line? For you to think that way, because she rapes him, dude. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, what? And I go, yeah, like she completely, like, you know, beats him up, and that's what this cover is. It's you know, and he has a very hard time telling his wife about the whole thing. So, and his wife's pregnant, you know. So I'm that's another thing with Ryan Otley, getting him to sign this, and then also asking him about, like, hey, when you were drawing this and blah blah blah, you know, I know that there are some things that artists will draw, and there's some things that make them feel uncomfortable. One of the things that I want to ask is, like, hey, you know, even with the Killing Joke, I think a lot of the artists, like Alan Moore, when he wrote it, and even Brian Ballard, when you ask them about that book, a lot of them were like, hey, we didn't really know what to expect of it until we got the script in our hand, and when we handled it with such care, because we didn't want it to look like or imply something was happening when it wasn't. So yeah, I want to ask him like, you know, how did you feel about when you have to do this task? How did you treat that? Because I feel like you did a great job with it, but it's very graphic. At the same time, she like beats the crap out of him, man. Well, second, or another thing that's part of my tier 2, I guess we're going into tier 2. But tier 1 was the Back to the Future stuff. I can't show you that comic because I have it stored away. I haven't really taken it out yet, but it's it has the what's the car? The DeLorean. Yeah. So it has the car on the cover, and it's a 9/9. It's already signed by Leah Thompson. It's I'm just gonna have to pop it open and get the other 2 on it. So it'll probably be 500 for the 2. So Christopher Lloyd and then Michael J. will, you know, all together it'll probably be a 500 for them. And then the side characters, you know, the bully, the mayor, the singer, all the other side characters, it's going to probably add up to like $900. And then I'll submit it back in, and it'll probably come back, hopefully cross fingers, a 9/9 again. So that's my tier 1 that I want to try to knock out on Friday. And then you have this. This will be by Jay Lee. So I have 2 of these. They're all 9/8 candidates. Black covers are just hard, but I've been a big fan of Sentry since you know, the New Avengers run back with Frank Cho and all that. I went back and actually started collecting that stuff. So this will be fun to get signed. I was waiting for the right moment to finally get it signed, because even when you want to get something like this signed, you want to make sure that if it's worth getting signed. There's so many other things that you can always get, and it's like what Carlos said. What's your priority? What's your budget?
Yeah.
So here's another one. This is Samus. This is done by Jamie Tyndall.
Oh, wow.
He's already sort of signed this right here. He signed it last year. I told him that I was going to bring this back and I wanted a remark on it. I think he charges anywhere between 50 to 100. But Samus is one of my favorite characters, video game characters. And I was going to see if I can get him to do that and submit it in. And I think getting towards the end, I think I have one more thing to show off, and I don't think I have anything else. Well, actually, I do. I do have one. I think this is just to add on to what Paul was showing about the Battle Beast. For those that read up on the Battle Beast stuff, this is what it came in. Okay, it was like one of these little blind comics, and you would just get blind bags, and you'd open it up, and then you'd get your comic out of there, and hopefully, you got a special version of whatever comic that you wanted. If it wasn't an A, then you got something good or whatnot. So I ended up getting the first appearance of Battle Beast. It was like issue 19 or something. And I just got lucky. So I ended up getting the foil edition to this.
Nice.
And I pulled out another one, and I got two of them. So I'm going to be getting those signed by Ryan Otley. And hopefully he doesn't charge me an arm and a leg, because I think those have gone up.
He's about $20.
Yeah, I mean, even if they are, I just hope he doesn't go like, oh, you know what? These are going for like $200.
Last time I got a signature from him, he was 10. But I don't.
Yeah, that was back in the old days, Paul.
No, it was like last year.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that he doesn't tell you like, oh well, because they're going for like this much, I'm gonna charge you this much, because I think you're gonna go and flip them. I mean, regardless of the fact what somebody wants to do with their books is their business, but just the idea right behind it. And the other thing is Don. I think I'd said that Don was going to be with what was it called, Sozo Micah. So they're sharing the Comics Elite table. So I met Dawn last year. I got her to sign my metal version of this. So she did this Wonder Woman that was just amazing. It was like an amazing Wonder Woman. So this right here, I think it glows. It has kind of like a little glow to it. There's only 100 of these made. There were 100 of these made, and I think these books, this black, there's a black version and then there's a white version. And her Wonder Woman, I think this one, the metal one goes for almost around $1,400 now. Because what she did is, it's crazy. Like I met her last year and she goes, "Can I ask you something?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "When you got this, how much did you pay for it?" And I said, "I bought it from the website, like right when it came out. I was like at work. I had signed on and I just went through it, and they're like, oh, timer was going down." And I was like, "What is it going down for?" And she's like, "You just got lucky." And I go, "Yeah." And I ended up getting a metal version. She's like, "Hey, if you ever need to make like a payment or something in the future, you can sell this." And I go, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You can sell this and like you can pay things off." And I'm like, why is this woman giving me like business advice? Like, like she's telling me to flip her stuff. So I just thought it was funny because she told me that it's going for like $1,000 something online. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, she's right. So looked up this one and this one, they're going for about the same. So this one is like a 57 and a 100. This one is a 57. So I think this came as a set, and this one is a 56. There was another version of this, but I gifted it to a friend for his birthday, and he told me, "Oh yeah, let's meet up. I want to get it signed by Dawn." So I might be getting 4 of those signed by her, and she's really sweet, by the way. There's maybe one other thing that I'll show, but I think we could probably show it in the next round. I think that's it for me for now, guys.
Sheesh, that was just one round?
I have a lot of shit, man. I'm excited. I'm pumped for this con, man.
I see you taking a short box.
I'm gonna be baby.
Hey, are we gonna have enough gas to make it home?
We should.
All right. Okay, let's go and bring it back over. Remember, hey, check it out in there. Hashtag Fan Expo Dallas for your chance to win the next book that is up. This is the 1 in 50 Sins of Sinister #1. An AOK from Wolverado, friend of the channel and channel member. So shout out to him for this. Really cool looking book right here. So this is up next. However, if you're a channel member, you can always upgrade and get the Deathstroke the Terminator #1 circa 1991. So it's a good 34-year-old book. I can't believe that 90s books are 30 years old now. All right, we're going to continue on with some of the books that we're showing. Right now, we're just kind of showing off, giving everybody a chance to show off some of the books. Also talking about how to structure your, like how to build your strategy for getting the autographs that you want. The biggest tip is to build tiers. Go in with a priority for this is my #1 and my #2 tier, and knock them out as soon as possible so that the rest of the convention is just gravy. And that's one of the biggest things. Remember also to budget that way as well, over budget for signatures. We hear different things, and the thing with comic creation, with comic creator signatures, is we can never be 100% sure what their signatures will be until we get there and do our first pass through the convention hall.
Right, BT.
I've found them as cheap as $5 a signature. The Miranda Brothers, the year that We Live came out, were doing $5 signatures, all the way up to $30 signatures. One of the highest was Carl Potts. And then from there, it goes on up into the stratosphere. Some of them, like, was it John? Andy Kubert was charging $65 for signing an Uncanny X-Men 260. For an Uncanny X-Men 266, Frank Miller was $80 a signature. And then it ranges. It can range, but you always want to do, like I said, with my own, over budget so that you're pleasantly surprised if it's cheaper or even free. Because sometimes if you're a fan of the property and you approach them and you have them inscribe it, meaning that they know it's not for resale because they're making it out to you, like these books will be signed Carlos and then, best wishes or whatever Timothy Thumb wants to write on them. Sometimes they'll do the first couple for free. Carl Potts was that way as well. Jim Lee was actually really affordable because he was 3 for $99, which was a bargain at the time. Now it's 50 or 60 a pop. So let's keep going. I'm going to pass it over to Paul because I know Paul's got a few, and then after that, JT will show some.
All right.
Got Wolverine 1 through 4 signed by Frank Miller. Nice.
So y'all know I'm a big Transformer guy. So I forgot this last year. John Boy Miles was there. He has the battle damage one, but like I said, I got this one. So John Boy Myers will be. I should have got Peter Cullen, but that's another. But yeah, John Boy Myers. I think Carlos got a few of those. And Alan Quaw.
All those away.
Alan Quaw knocked it out of the park.
Nice.
So he's going to sign both of those. And this one because it's Alan Quaw. Rose Besh, she's going to be there. So have the Spider Gwen. And this one I forgot, but they told me she was going to be there. So I forgot this last year. So Zozo Micah on the Harley. So, yeah, I forgot that last year. So that will be good, done. Okay, so Ryan Otley did this one.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, JT. I asked you didn't even know. So these guys have been showing all these. So I got one still sealed.
Yeah,
I'm going to get Ryan Otley to sign this.
Man, you should open that right now. See what it is, Paul.
No, I'm going to keep it sealed.
I gave you some good juju.
I'm going to keep it sealed with Ryan Otley sign on the back.
It's on the bag.
Yeah, on the bag.
It's gonna be worthless.
And then he did this cover, so I'm gonna get him to do this one.
Yeah.
Oh, cover B.
No, cover A.
That's cover B.
Cover B.
I think that's cover B.
Okay. Well, he did that one, so. And like my buddy Jen, Donnie Cates is gonna be there, so
Yeah, those are nice.
got these. So Jen's is a 9. I looked at his book. I think it's like an 8.5. But look at these right.
I don't know about that. But I got that one from Comic Book Champ, the one that he gave me.
So I had Ryan Otley sign this. I'm gonna get Donnie Cates to sign on that one. The Titan, I think his name is. And there we go. Got the I think it's 3rd or 4th printing, I believe.
Yeah, I got that signed by him too.
Yeah, Donnie Cates, I'm gonna get it signed. And then if Ryan Otley is around, Ryan Stegman, I'm gonna get him. So Carlos had the foil. I got the 1 in 10 for the Scott Snyder clear.
Yeah.
And Scott Snyder, I'm a big Witches guy. So this is the Hastings Witches.
Which is what?
And Tony Daniel's going to be there, but I got that one. This is the glow in the dark. Let me get Tony Daniel, Scott Snyder on that one.
Cool.
And this was gifted to me by a good friend. He's no longer a good friend anymore.
What?
Still miss him, but Scott Snyder, I'm going to get that on there. Jock did the signing. Thank you to my good friend that gave me that. So I had Greg Capullo because Greg Capullo came out a couple of years ago. I'm going to get Scott Snyder on that. Same thing with this one, second printing.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Snyder, Tony Daniel. That. And I showed Carlos this one, so I got Jock, so I get Tony Daniel and Scott Snyder on that.
Ooh.
And what I'll do is try to keep it. What I like to do is keep maybe the same color and have them going like maybe right here, and he'll be over Tony Daniel. So what I was gonna say is like you can get the guys like to match the signatures, and then you can have them in a certain way, or you could go line up, like they can go line up, or side by side. So, this is the 1 in 25 Jorge Jimenez cover. Another one I was thinking about getting. And then also too, guys, if you get them, then if you get Jorge Jimenez, I think that's the one. Yeah, Jorge Jimenez, then you can track him down and get 3 signatures. But and this is cool. I like Spawn, so they did like the anniversary Spawn where he was on all the covers. Tony Daniel did this. So I guess Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel on that one.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Greg Capullo. Get him on that. Scott Snyder. And these were the 1 per store. Greg Capullo. And I had to go to 2 stores.
That'll be on Comics on Demand.
And hey, thank you, buddy. Yeah, y'all might see some of these. So if you recognize this, Greg Capullo's early work, newsstand Spawn cover, he's gonna get on that one. And I got a bunch of Greg Capullo Spawns that he did. He did a beautiful Angela. Greg Capullo. Another Greg Capullo newsstand. There you go. Man. I bet JT's just. And he did. Oh, and I forgot he did this. And that's what's cool about going through your stuff. You see his Greg Capullo did the Angel Wings. And he did this cover. You had to go to. I don't. I think so, but what I was trying to say is like that was an early one, newsstand, so it had Greg Capullo on there. But so you had to go to Barnes and Noble to get these. You couldn't get them at a comic shop. Greg Capullo did the art on this one, so he's gonna be signing that. And here you go, combo pack. I'm gonna get Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Quarter Owls.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Oh Lord, but Paul, no, I don't. It's a different one. There you go. Got the combo pack, first print. Yeah. Oh, and then I found this one too, the 1 in 25. I'm gonna get both of them to sign it. Like I said, I had Greg Capullo on that one. So I'm gonna get Scott Snyder, and what I'm gonna do is since Greg Capullo signed in blue, I'll probably get Scott Snyder in blue up here or something, or close to him or something. All right. And number 1. There you go.
I'll take the one on the left.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. One on the left. All right. What do you want me? I'll let JT go.
All right, let's take it over to JT. JT, what do you got for us, man?
All right,
Nothing.
I'm gonna go a little different direction. So y'all know I'm a Miles Morales fan. So Mike McCone is gonna be there. So I'm gonna have
Oh yeah, that's right.
these.
Mike McCone.
Anytime I see Miles without his mask on, it's cool to me. So I like these. This Riri Williams.
Oh yeah, didn't you just pick up the graded one of that?
Yeah, I got a graded one too. But I'm gonna have him sign that one. And this one. This is from the new series. I only have one book by I think his name Bajorn. But this is the first appearance of Kid Venom. So
okay.
I think you say. I think his name is Born. I think the J is silent.
Okay. Born.
Yeah, like the J is silent. But I could be
Silence.
wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Martin Simmons is going to be there.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Armin the Truth.
Amen.
Nice.
This is actually Hulk, but I just like this cover. So Philip Kennedy Johnson
Mm-hmm.
will be there.
Yeah, I've got a few. He's a nice guy.
Yep. All these are Ron V. And this one was already signed. Pop Mine signed this one already, so this will be a double C. And then just the A cover. Rose Besh and Villani, but how you say his name? Paolo Villani.
Yeah.
So this will be double sign.
Nice.
Yeah. Then I have two of these for Zerdy,
Yep.
Moon Knight from Superman.
I'll take the one on the left.
This one.
Yeah. But after you sign it.
After I sign it.
Southern,
After you get it signed.
JT, Southern Comic Geek is concerned about your safety at the convention.
Why's that?
He says they might make you check those guns at the door.
He's trying to say JT ain't gonna get in.
Those guns at the door.
Swing G Comics, what's up, buddy? Good to see you hanging out in the chat.
Some John Boy. So,
oh yeah, nice.
yeah.
Okay.
This is Miles issue number 2. Yeah. Then we got some Venom by him as well.
I'll take that one.
It's that was a 1 in 25. And then of course I'm taking this. This is only Ryan Otley book I do have. Well, I do have that Hope with Donnie Cates, but I don't know if I'm gonna take that because I think he's like $20 a piece. I only need one signature from him. I'm gonna show a couple more, Carlos.
Yeah. Let's
Two more.
see it.
Okay,
Nice.
that one. Chris Cadone and
He did that one.
yeah. He did that one. That's that
There
different
it
cover.
is. There it is.
This one too. And then these homages. I got 2 of them.
Who did that?
This is Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, and Glapion, Jonathan.
Scott Snyder.
Yeah, Scott Snyder wrote in here. You know, it's a bunch of artists and writers on these two. 300 and 301.
Yep,
Yeah.
coming right up, Colorado.
So you can get like 30 signatures on here.
Yeah,
I'm
it was made for that. They have a Skyline one for that.
Yeah.
The Skyline one is the one that I'm actually wanting to get all their signatures on.
And in Huckley. All right. Okay.
Nice. Man, some good books, man. Good books, folks. Okay, I'm going to bring it back over here. Remember, hey, hashtag Fan Expo HQ. We're giving away this copy of Sins of Sinister #1, the 1 in 50 variant. This is going to a lucky winner tonight. Otherwise, if you're a channel member, you can actually upgrade to the Deathstroke, the Terminator #1 from 1991. So that's a fun book. Let me go ahead and run through a few more of these books. So, late breaking news. We just confirmed it based off of her Facebook page. Sozo Micah, she's been burning up the charts with some really cool G.I. Joe covers that I've enjoyed. She's going to be there, so I'm taking this copy of G.I. Joe #1 featuring the Baroness.
Mhm.
Also had picked up recently this Batgirl #4.
Nice.
It's also a Sozo Micah, and I have a few more around here, but we just confirmed it today that she'll be there, so I haven't dug out all the books. I'm going to have to end up taking 5 store folios at this point. So, yeah, because I didn't want to take up room in the vehicle like Paul with a full short box.
Hey man, I got permission. So
Peter Tomasi, who's done Super Sons. He's also done the different Super Sons titles, and he's also done, I think, some Robin stuff. But he did the Rocket Fellers from the imprint Ghost Machine, their Family Odysseys line. So this is #1 for Peter Tomasi to sign. I showed it a few minutes earlier for John Boy Myers. I've got these Batgirls #4 variants from the Batman movie that you can see there at the bottom. It's Batman on his motorcycle. These are John Boy Myers covers. And then the previously mentioned Super Sons. I actually had picked this up from JT on an episode of Comics on Demand. But this is the John Boy Myers variant.
Yeah.
Super Sons #1. But guess who also worked on it? Peter Tomasi. So this will be a double signature for John Boy Myers and Peter Tomasi. I'll be adding that there. But Jimenez, I still haven't found Jimenez at a convention yet. So let's see. The Power Girl #1 also had a highly desirable variant by none other than John Boy Myers. I love this cover. So I'll be getting this one signed as well. Now I'm taking a copy of it, but these are some of my might not get signed, but I may or may not get them signed. It's just going to depend on how much he's charging. So Battle Beast #1. This is just the regular A cover. This is one that I'm taking along. Also, Ryan Otley did the cover for this variant of Transformers #1. I've got this one just in case. This one is probably the one that I'll definitely get from Ryan Otley. This is Invincible #1. It's the Amazon Prime variant with a cover by Ryan Otley. So remember, Ryan Otley didn't do the artwork. It was Corey Walker. Ryan Otley came on about like issue 6 or 7, but he did the cover on this one. So I thought this would be a nice one to get signed. And I don't know. I'll see what happens with it. I'm taking this along, but I may or may not get it signed. This is Invincible #0, the Origin issue, which Ryan Otley did. Like a lot of issue #0s, it got released later. It wasn't the first one released, so that's one. I was going to take this one, but this is actually going to get dropped because Steve Guttenberg, Mahoney from the Police Academy franchise, he canceled. He won't be there. I'm a big fan of his, but I had this comic to take and have him sign, but I'll be dropping that. All right, Nathan Zerdy, one of the masters of the female form. I've got Justice League Unlimited #5. This was from a couple months ago with this beautiful Hawk Girl and Zatanna cover for Nathan Zerdy. But that's not all for Nathan Zerdy. I was so glad I found this. Batman Superman World's Finest #28 had a beautiful, like a stunning Nathan Zerdy Batgirl and Supergirl cover.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was pretty cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna take this one, but I didn't just get one. Got 2 of them. So one of these may find a new home. Somebody was asking about Villalobos. I've got a few of his. Magic #2.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, that's probably not destined to stay in the personal collection. This one will be in the personal collection. Power Girl Uncovered #1, or that's the cover issue. Supergirl #1 that just came out like a week or 2 ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is a Villalobos, and then last but not least, I didn't even realize it until I was looking closer through my collection. G.I. Joe #3 has a Pablo Villalobos cover. So I'm going to get that one. I think it was just the regular cover. I don't even know that it was one. So those are those. I have a stack of, let's see, Blue Beetle comics because Cully Hamner will be there. He's one of the co-creators of Blue Beetle. But then Paul was showing off the different Noctera books. I showed off a few of them. I also grabbed the rest of the #1s. They may or may not go. Here's another copy of issue #1. Here is the 1 in 10 that is already signed by Scott Snyder. This was a Midtown one, but I'll be able to get Tony Daniel to sign it as well, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. The Jock cover, which is a nice one, might get Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel to sign it. And then another copy, or currently unsigned, of Noctera #1, the Boss Logic variant, which was my favorite. So this will be this is going. I don't know if all of these are getting signed because I absolutely don't have the budget for all these. But sometimes it's good to just go ahead and take them with you. And if you have that extra, then you can get a couple more signed. Here's that #1 second print, which is a pretty sweet cover. Paul was pointing it out earlier. I do have a Noctera #1 blank, though I won't be able to afford a sketch on it. And then this was what was it? Nikki Lachey. I don't know. It was one of the variants for Noctera #1. This was like I think a store exclusive. I remember. I forgot what the name was, but it's a different artist. So I've got hers. Blue Beetle. I'll run through these real quick. Couple of copies of #1 first print, his first series. Couple of copies of #1, the second print. So I love these black and white ones. And then a copy of issue number 1, the 3rd print design variant, one of my favorites. That's probably my favorite out of all of them. Then when the movie came out, they released a special edition with the movie logo on it. It's simply a reprint of number 1. But I have a few copies of these as well that are going. May get those signed for the girls, one of them each, but I'm not sure. Blue Beetle Graduation Day, Cully Hamner did the cover for this one. These are probably not getting signed, these last couple. And then Blue Beetle Rebirth number 1 is Cully Hamner. And then Blue Beetle Rebirth number 1 is also Cully Hamner. Those are all Cully Hamner covers. So those are kind of tiered in terms of, importance. Cully Hamner is pretty high up on my list of priorities. He's right up there by Tony Daniel. Both of them are higher than like Scott Snyder because, and a lot of the others, because those guys, because I've not been able to find Cully Hamner or Tony Daniel at a convention the past few years as I've been doing this. Nathan Zerdy is another one that I really want to get his signatures. Last set of books. So we featured him on the channel. He will be there. But Here Comes Calico, issue number 1. I already have it signed by creator H.H. German. I met him several years ago and had it signed. But I also have issues 2 and 3, which I don't have signed. And I'm probably going to pick up a few more of their raw issues that'll be at the convention. So that rounds out the books that I'm taking for this year for Fan Expo Dallas. There's others that'll make the trip. There's some Sozo Micah covers that I need to find, and a few other books just to make sure that I fill up every store folio that I'm taking. I'm traveling with, I think, 4 or 5 of these instead of a short box, just because of space. But like those are a little bit easier to store and to pack. And I've traveled with short boxes before, but I've got a few different things to take with me this time. So I didn't want to. I was trying to pack as light as possible. So, all right, let's send it back over to Jen. And Jen, let's see what you got, buddy.
Okay, so there you go.
Oh,
hell no. Book.
So, like I said, I haven't decided if I'm gonna get Mr. T's photo or if I'm gonna get his signature. It'd be cool to get Mr. T on something. Either you can do the family photo or you can do that. There is one other thing that I had here. I was keeping this more of a little secret thing or whatnot. But there's only 5 of these made, man. But this is a medal, and this is supposed to be Wednesday. So I'm getting Christina Ritchie to sign that.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be, I'm going to have her write down right here Wednesday. And I'm going to write on her thigh, write down her signature. But she's definitely going to, I'm definitely going to get a autograph from her, and I'm also going to get a picture with the family and everything with her also. So that'd be kind of cool. So I think the other book that I had was a blank cover for WWF, and that was supposed to go with John Cena. That one is stored away, so I can't just go looking for that with the kid asleep right now. And I think the other cover that I had was a Batgirl cover. I guess it'll be a blank cover, and I guess I'll probably have an artist at the con draw Alicia Silverstone's likeness and then get her to sign it in person. So I think that's probably the only other things that I'm gonna do there. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it, man. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else. I think I showed everything else that I had on me. I think Sozo Micah have some of her covers, like I have her Catwoman stuff. I have some of her Catwoman covers that I have at another location. So I'm gonna have to go pick that up tomorrow, and I'll be setting that up too. And it's funny that Carlos mentioned that. It's like that's what I do, man. I do the same thing. I travel with everything in these boxes, man. It makes your life so much more convenient than to carry a short box and having to deal with that and messing around with that, unless you have a cart or something. But
it's kind of a, like, you have to kind of come up with your own system, you know.
Yeah, and I've been
people have, like.
Well, I just want to say that I'm not going to be toting around the short box. It's just easier to store. The Storefolio, you're going to have full. I'm going to be able to take 2 Storefolios with me with what I want to sign for the day, and then I can take them back and put them back in.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking. I'm not going to be toting it. Or you know what?
I did last year, Paul?
JT's going to be there. He's going to have the bag. So if y'all know, last year, I think y'all saw the photo. JT was carrying the whole short box in his bag. Who does that? And I'm like, JT, aren't you tired? He's like, nah, Paul.
He's like, this is a workout, Paul.
Yeah, he's like, this is a workout bag. I'm like,
I'm doing squats and I'm doing walks. Anyways,
literally
walking the whole time with
he's literally like,
hey,
he was
so
like table, guys, and he's holding the short box, puts it up,
right?
Puts his bag up there, unzips it, and there's a short box.
Like, hey, Carlos, I'm wearing the backpack that you all got us. I hope maybe we can all like team up and wear all the.
Are you gonna take yours? Because here's the thing: the last convention, I took mine, and I was the only one. Nobody else was wearing. My feelings were hurt. I saw both JT and Paul wearing backpacks that had nothing to do with comic books, and I was like, the one place you can wear that bag and fit in is a comic convention, and neither of these guys did it.
I didn't get one.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did, right? You got one. I know you got one because you got one of the Jim Lee. You got one, didn't you?
Ah, yeah. I got one. I picked one up. I bought one.
No, but I gave you one, didn't I? Were you on the show that year?
No, I wasn't on the show that year.
He wasn't on the show that year.
Oh, okay.
It was Paul, myself, and I think
Rain.
It was me, Paul.
I feel like I bought 3 of them. Like I feel like I gave 3 of them away. Maybe I don't know.
You gave me and Paul one at the lunch.
Yeah.
And I think Paul's broke.
Yeah,
his packaging broke. Remember, he was like holding it a weird way or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And, he was like,
when I took you all the movies.
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah, because that was the night that I told you, I was like, hey man, you do a lot for us. And then you told me that you couldn't get the Frank Miller thing, and I got you the Electra book or whatever.
That was very appreciative. You know, it's in my cabinet back here.
I mean, that's a fun thing about that's a fun thing about all these cons and the things that you do with your friends. It's like you're not just going and meeting these artists and all that. You're creating these moments and you're doing all these things with your buddies. And
yeah, the moment he's talking about, guys, as soon as we hit the front door, we're all gone. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul. What are you talking about?
And then you got JT crashing into everybody with a bag.
Y'all gonna get me started. I remember that
then you got Mississippi. Then you got Mississippi with a big.
I remember that this one year, this one individual who shall remain unnamed,
JT
got him a pass through the channel. Didn't see that person the entire weekend.
Was it Paul?
I'm not gonna say anything. I didn't see that person the entire weekend.
What? Yes, you did. You saw me.
I was like, man, like the entire weekend, you'd never see the person. And I was.
Did you put this person on the $25 hunt? Because you can't put people on hunts and expect to see them.
Y'all don't want to do the $25 challenge, man. Y'all want to do it.
Oh, look, Paul's packing books to used for the $25 challenge.
Right.
Y'all want to do it. Y'all was lose.
That book costs $100. Paul said, "I
I know,
paid
I know.
25."
He's like, look, I got a convention deal, $20.
Hey, I got a good deal on that. I got robbed.
All right. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Does anybody have anything else to show real quick before we get into some more of the nitty gritty details? We are approaching the 2 hour mark. Producer Weapon X has passed out. He was typing so furiously trying to get me to shut the show down at the 90-minute mark that he has passed out. Now producer D is texting and she's like, "What are y'all doing?" She's brand new. All right, but she's just like, "What are y'all doing?" And yeah, it's like I'm sorry. We're committed now. At this point, we're committed. Wolverado wants us to go to midnight. So we're not doing it. I know.
Me, I'm gonna show the rest of the books.
It's running long. It's running
minutes.
long. All right, let's do this giveaway so that the people that are here for the giveaway can.
I got mine to show real quick.
No, giveaway.
What? You showed yours?
We're gonna keep going. But I'm gonna go and knock out this giveaway so that we can. Paul, I want you to do what she's doing. All right, Fan Expo HQ. This time it's not Fan Expo Dallas. It's Fan Expo HQ. Drop that in the chat if you haven't already. This is your chance to get a 1 in 50 Sins of Sinister #1. Giving that away tonight, or the Deathstroke the Terminator #1. Both of these Deathstroke generously provided by Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. Sins of Sinister #1 was provided by Wolverado. That's right, you can send in AOKs, acts of kindness, and just put books out into the community. They go straight into the giveaway box, and they will be given away at a future date. Remember, hey, if you want to be here for the biggest episode of the giveaway show we have ever done, over 160 episodes, this will be the biggest, hands down, most monetary, highest dollar value of prizes given out. We have to make 2,025 subscribers by the stroke of midnight, December 31st, December 31st, 2025. 2,025 subscribers by the end of 2025. That's the goal. Make sure that you have subscribed to the channel and be here for the ride, because it will be worth it at that point. All right, let's go and do this giveaway. Good luck to everybody. Bad luck for me. And let's see who this goes on to.
Good luck, Carlos.
Nope. Let's see. Who is it? Winner is
Carlos.
Gerald Yates.
Gerald Yates.
Congratulations, Gerald Yates. Okay, Gerald Yates, let me know. Do you want this Sins of Sinister #1? Or do you want this Deathstroke the Terminator #1? He can upgrade to it because remember, he's a channel member. Channel memberships start at $4.99 per month and go up to the I know Southern Comic Geek. I'm not sad though. I'm actually very happy about that. Oh, Gerald Yates is going to take the upgrade tonight. This copy of Deathstroke the Terminator #1. He's going to go home with Gerald Yates. It's Gerald Yates. I've got some books for you, buddy.
Nice.
Let me put, where is he? Oh, I need to put this semester back in the giveaway box. Remember, I'm saving up. We got special giveaway bundles in here for both the premiere of Superman, the new Superman movie this summer, as well as Fantastic Four. So you want to be here for both of those weeks when those movies are going to be going live. We will have special episodes to talk about the movie, but we will also what do you call it? I'll be at Fan Expo on Saturday. Gerald Yates, I need to pack the books, buddy, and get them bundled together for you. I have, I think, most of them. There might be some that I have to ship with you, but I've got most of them. So I'll get you. I'll definitely have a bundle for you, buddy, because you have your first quarter's bundle, and then you're coming up on your second quarter. All right, so that's the second giveaway. Let's keep it going. Paul's got some books to show us, so y'all make sure and check out what he's got.
All right. Let's do this. All right. So I found these other ones, but I'm gonna get these done by Clean Crane. I'm gonna get the Infinity signature, guys. So y'all know I'm gonna be doing it.
Man, that's gonna be $60.
No, it ain't.
Oh, no, go back. Wait. Go back to that one. Who signed that one? Or who did that one? Is that India? Oh, is that Clayton Crane?
Yep.
Really? I think I have that one.
So you're gonna go get his signature now?
No,
yeah, I'm gonna get the Infinity one. That's what I'm gonna get.
I'm gonna go by his booth and I'm gonna throw it.
Ooh, that's a good one. You should have told me about that one.
Which
I
one?
didn't know.
These will get the Infinity signatures, guys.
Show it again, Paul. What was the last book before that?
Oh, this one. This is the last book, right?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Does he charge more for the Infinity signatures?
Yes.
Not if I say Carlos collects combo.
Oh, you got a lot of money.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get those. All right, so I found another one of Greg Capullo.
Ooh, that's 300.
Yep. Another Greg Capullo.
Yeah.
JT told me about these, but I'm probably gonna bring a few, but not these two.
Yeah.
Oh, and then somebody said about Lobos. These are the ones I have. Got the Psylocke.
Dang, I'm taking that one too.
Got the. Was it
Laura Kenny Wolverine.
Yep, Lobos. And like Carlos has showed, the Supergirl. And the last one, I didn't know he did that, but that's probably an earlier one.
Yeah. Okay, I'd never seen that before, but yeah, that's him.
Yep.
That's him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely not going to Southern Comic View.
All right, so I got a few in Huck Lee. I got the one he did on that one. He did this one on yeah, that's his cover.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I had that book at one point.
Did Grimm.
Yeah.
He did the 1 in 25 that was Rain. And he did this one, Ultimates number 9, the Ultimate Luke Cage.
That's
a real good one. You know, JT, because I know you're a big Luke Cage fan, you could probably find that one still at one of the local comic shops.
Yeah.
So I had found my other John Boy Myers. He did this cover. And the Zozo Micas.
Oh yeah, my Zatannas. I need to find those.
Well, yeah, I gotta. So I'm gonna.
So this is the foil, guys. So
yeah, I'm getting that one signed, Paul.
Well, you got the regular one. This is the foil.
No, I got the foil. one. I got the foil one, Paul.
Right. There's no regular one.
So
Hold on. Who did that?
Arthur Sudan. He created Lady Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was going to iterate when Jen showed the what's the one that he had for Dent Sam De La Rosa?
Oh, the Predator.
Yeah. So like he was saying, guys, like I didn't know he did Predator, but one show I went to where he was there, he had that Predator book on his thing signed. So they do have. So Arthur Sudan had this book signed, so they do have these books at their tables too. So
you'll know. The cool thing about some of them is like what Paul was saying. Like when you see that, that's when you realize you're like, oh, they're promoting themselves.
That's the
right at that table.
What's his name?
I didn't see Arthur Sudan on the list.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Yeah, he's always there. Arthur Sudan is there.
This one. And Jen's favorite artist.
I mean, see there she looks okay, you know, but she
Ariel
can't draw
Diaz.
arms and limbs. That's my issue with her.
So I was asking couple of the guys. This is done by Greg Horn, so I will put it on my Instagram, or I'll probably video and let Carl. We'll probably show it. But I'm gonna get a colorist to color it. I think it's I think this is Polaris, I believe. I think it's Polaris, but yeah, I'll get it. I'm gonna get it colored by somebody, but Greg Horn did the sketch.
You said that Polaris? It looks like Scarlet Witch.
No, it's
That's
Polaris.
what I thought it was. Scarlet Witch.
It's Polaris. I'm the one holding the book.
I'm just saying, like,
Anyway,
Just make it red.
we're
Give me
gonna
Scarlet
get.
Witch.
Anyway, it was done by Greg Horn, Jen, and a couple of guys. I got with were telling me a couple of people to get it colored by, so y'all will see it. I'm gonna try to video it, and then Jay Lee. I got Jay Lee. Jay Lee,
You got a J Lee the Django?
the Django.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think.
No.
And then Nathan Zerdy.
Man, you put out all the books, Paul.
Yeah, man. And a lot of people love this book. It's Magneto with long hair. Tell him, Wolverine. So
I'm telling you, it's Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Polaris doesn't have a helmet like that, or
And now I'm a big Blue Beetle fan, so these two are gonna get signed. The big Blue Beetle fans got to be out there.
Where's your
Yeah.
design variant?
Yeah, the design. There you go, JD. Anyway, yeah. So guys, don't listen to these guys. This is Polaris, which I want to get colored, and I will show it on my IG, or like I said, we'll video it. I'll give it Carlos. We'll probably show it when we come back.
man,
It will be colored. So.
I hope it's you do the right thing and make that Scarlet Witch, man.
What?
It looks good.
Or like Wolverado said, it's Magneto with.
That'd be
It
cool
still
too.
gotta be
but
red.
I'm saying stick with your guns and make that Scarlet Witch. You're gonna look dope as heck.
Well, it was done by Greg Horn, and
You should probably ask Greg Horn who the hell he was trying to draw. 'Cause
He said it was Polaris or Magneto with long hair, right? Right, Wolverado. Tell him. All right, that's it for me.
The Psylocke.
Man, I'm probably gonna go on a whole
Definitely getting
mission.
Ozo Mike on that one. I missed her the other year to get this one. But yeah, I love her Harley.
All right.
Yep.
This is a. I thought that was tweeting for some reason. All right, now I'm over here. I was over here digging through boxes. I'm still trying to find different books. Need to find out what I
some
did.
Tony
I need to
Daniels.
figure out what I did with my Zatanna books, because I've got a ton of Zatanna books.
Polaris, guys. That's Polaris.
All right, let's see. JT, you got some more?
Yeah, I got some more.
What? You already went
Yeah.
over your budget.
No, I got this. What is this? Venom. Ron
think
B
it's
and
Venom.
Unhealth Lee.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, so that's cool.
You got
That's the
that Luke
second
Cage.
print. Huh?
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, Ron V.
You got the Luke Cage, right?
No, I don't have that Luke Cage. But I do have this for you. Ariel Diaz.
Oh shit, yeah, Wonder Woman.
Hey, zoom. Hey, show that Ariel Diaz one more time.
This
Oh, he's gonna tell you how.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Where's her other arm?
What arm?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, that's my issue with her is like,
Oh god.
she, man, like, what is up with you, girl? Like, where's her other arm at? Where's the
Where's
Rob
her
Light?
other arm?
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, I'm gonna tell her exactly. I'd be like, girl, learn how to draw limbs.
Yeah.
She'd be
Paul
like,
copied this off of me. And this one, this Lobos. Another
I didn't
one.
have that one.
My one and only Donnie Cates.
That's it.
No, I'm lying. I'm gonna do this one too. The third print foil with the no. David Messina. That's the first
Yeah,
Black
that's
Cat
cool.
cover.
That person can draw.
Yeah, that's him.
He's gonna be there.
Yes, it said David Messina.
Oh,
You didn't see it on there?
I didn't see it
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah, no,
He'll be on there.
I would definitely take that cover, man. That cover's nice.
Julian Shaw is gonna be there. So I got that. The Wakanda.
And he
This
did the stuff with all the new Black Panther stuff, right? Like with the
Yeah.
new character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tosin. Yes. Right
Mhm.
here. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get all these down.
He did toast? No, he didn't.
That's why he's showing you them pictures. Those.
I
books.
just showed you them, Paul. You wasn't looking. Red Peoples.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Collector,
That's
man.
my mom.
Hey, I thought you didn't have that one, Collector.
He did this one too, Brent Peoples, and this is a Rose Besh cover, so it
that's
could be
cool,
double
bro.
signed. And he has his mask off. So
Now, bread people needs to eat, so it's good that people are showing up to his table.
yeah.
What the?
And this is the only Kerry Gilman book I have, so I'm taking this.
Just
What did he say? Her other arm is a horse leg.
He said it was a horse.
That was Pegasus behind her.
Oh,
What-
no.
what is-
Another
Which one-
Lobos.
This Ariel Diaz one that everybody's mad about.
That's who
nobody's
everybody-
mad. She just can't. She just can't draw limbs. That's her problem.
Oh Lord.
Is that Ariel Diaz?
No.
Yep.
No,
No.
this is Enid Balam.
Oh,
And that's it.
I think he's talking about the one that you
I
showed.
got these.
Yeah, that's the book, man. That's gonna be a hot book. A lot of people are gonna get that book signed.
Yeah.
Oh, absolute Batman. I'm thinking
Yeah.
And
about.
I'm gonna have it sent to Heroes, so Nick Dragata could sign it too.
Nick who?
Dragata.
Oh,
What is it, like
Artist.
inker? He's like, I think he helped ink, right? You inker is usually the third person on the cover or on the bottom.
Yeah.
It'll be yeah.
He's the second person. He's the
So
artist.
he helped with the art and he helped with the inking. Yeah, so that's cool, man. I mean, that book is just hot, man. That's the thing. It's and it's not going to stop. I mean, it's just going to
Right.
keep getting better.
It's just yeah.
I wonder if I should take the one that you got me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the one that I bought from you.
Yeah.
I think I should probably take that one too. It's yeah, right up there. So so JT was selling that on the Friday auction, the one that Carlos hosts, and I bought that one from him, and then we met up, and that I'm just thinking that'd be a pretty good book to probably get signed. You should probably pop one of yours open and get it signed and resubmitted. It might be a smart thing to do, just to have one that differentiates from the others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for real, JT?
What, Paul?
Which one are you gonna get graded?
What you mean?
Like which one are you gonna submit to get graded?
I got one more the one with the Joker on it. So it's the Kira homage. I ain't picked it out the box. I gotta find it.
Oh yeah, the one. Yeah, that's a cool one too.
Yeah.
Man, that book had so many variants. It's crazy. It's just that we're gonna have fun at this time. So the crazy another thing is that I have the entire Teen Titans run from 2003 that ran all the way up to 2007 or 8. It's the one where Superboy sacrificed.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So Tony Daniel did most of the art for that run, and one of my favorite characters that he created that came out of that was Enigma, which is Riddler's daughter. And I don't know, man. I don't want to cherry pick through the collection, but it might be smart to just take out the keys and get him to sign the keys, because nobody cares about that stuff now. But when they decide that, hey, we're gonna not use the Riddler, but we're gonna use his daughter, that book is just gonna shoot, because Enigma is in there and the Penguin's daughter and
which issue is
Two-Face. It's like issue 43.
Oh yeah, that's like deep into the run. I think I've got some. And Peter Tomasi he wrote a bunch of I'm going through this run of Detective Comic variants, looking for who did the art on them. And Peter Tomasi wrote for it. I mean, he wrote so much stuff.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is that they reintroduced the Wonder Twins. I remember that. 34, they had the Wonder Twins, and Zachary Zatara was also introduced, and people don't know who Zachary Zatara is, but that was actually Zatanna's cousin, and he was introduced in the Teen Titans because he's a teenager. Teen Titans that ran in 2003 all the way through 2006 or 8 or whatever. That was if you were growing up as a comic book fan, it was like an age of coming, because the comic book then were not what they are now. People were still learning about comics.
Well, where'd JT go?
He probably internet connection probably fell off. He'll be back. But yeah, then they also had the Titans of Tomorrow that came through. I'm trying to think of other things. But yeah, Martian. Yeah, Miss Martian came through that. Oh man, Tony Daniel, man, he has so much impact on just the Teen Titans stuff that I'm gonna have to go through all of my stuff just to see. Because I said, we didn't think that Tony Daniel was gonna get put back on the list, but that changes even my plans on budgeting and what I want to get signed, because I want to get a lot of my own PC stuff signed by him. So
I had a question for you. So you said something about Mr. T. So you think a signature or a pictures? Or
well, here's the thing. I don't mind sharing my photo op with friends and family.
No, but what I'm not asking that. I'm asking, is a signature worth, or is it less or longer, or is a photo of him and you? Which one is
I would a signature.
A signature?
Yeah, I don't mind taking the signature over the picture. It's just the signature is not going to have the signature is not going to have my son in it, and he's old as shit right now, and he could die any minute.
Then the picture would be more sentimental. Then
if I'm gonna take a picture with Mr. T, I'm gonna have my wife and my son in the picture.
Here's what I would say, because my girls are at the age, right, where they're starting to consume media, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there was a special sentimental connection, remember, we're still live. People are still hanging out, watching us talk about it. This is usually for those who are watching, this is usually the kind of stuff we talk about backstage after the show has wrapped, after we've gone off the air, but we're letting it go a little bit longer.
I just wanted to know, because I feel picture might be worth something if it's a person you're really like you said, you grew up with Elizabeth Shue, I think. What was that?
Yeah.
Mr.
What I'm saying, like, I think a picture would be worth, because you could see both of y'all, but then a signature might be like, oh, he signed this piece of memorabilia, and I'm not, because this right here, like, and I didn't even get rid of it, but the voice of, Jim was there when I got
Yeah,
there.
and
Like Cobra Forever, we had a nice little conversation.
Yeah,
I had it up for sale, but then when she passed, I put it away because I was like, man, the interaction I had with her, and she wrote that and then spoke into the Baroness. That's like something you can't.
Yeah, that's a special piece there, because that's your one. Yeah, it's your interaction with her, like you said.
I think what was it on? Was it on here? Was it on here, Carlos? I gave one because I think Collector won it.
Which one, or what one of what?
Of this, I got, so 2 of them got signed, and I think Collector won the second.
Oh, okay. I'm away from the camera, or from the deal, so I can't see it at this exact moment. But yeah, I mean, I tend to, in very few cases where I take the photo op, for me, I'm almost always the signature, because I think the signature is kind of a cool thing that
So
lasts.
Mr. Collector says, I think a photo's worth more. Personal.
Yeah, there's more sentimental value.
And then Brian says a picture with Mr. T would be killer, but I definitely want him to sign my T-Force. Well, what is it? Do you want picture or T-Force? Good night.
Well, the thing is that I'm pretty sure that I'll be recording it like while the picture's probably happening, and I
don't know. Some of those guys like Mr. T or John Cena, I don't think they'll let you record it unless you sneakily do it, because those guys, like the comic book guys, I don't think they really like. But those top tier, I heard like people, they were telling people to have their phones.
I think John Cena might have a problem with it, because I think with him, and
I don't really think it's a problem with him. I think it's a problem with.
Oh no! I'm telling you that with John Cena, there's a huge problem, because he called somebody out at like a Starbucks or something where they were just like, they had their phone up like that and they're recording him, and he looked at him and he was like, "Hey man, like you may think this is cool, but I'm just another guy, just like you and me. Like I'm a human being too, and you're recording me and you're doing all that stuff, and paparazzi does it. A real fan would respect.
I mean, I understand
in
like a private place, but I'm talking about like Fan Expo, where people are coming to see you, or establishment, people are coming to see you. I don't think that they should be. But I'm just saying, like they make it to where, and I'm not saying it's all of them, but I think the higher tier guys, they're like, no, you need to put that away. Either that or buy the photo op thing.
Oh, was that what it was, Wolf Barado? That's the crazy thing is that you're right about the con stuff. I had Candace, what's her name? The one from The Flash, Candace Patton, I don't know what her name is, but she my cousin had came with me. It was like his first time at a con, and he had his phone out. He was just like taping the whole area, he was just taping to let people know that he, like, his friends know that he was at this comic convention, because he's never been to one. And he, I guess he started zooming in on them, and she like looked up towards him and she goes, "What the F are you doing recording me?" Like in front of you. I started screaming at him. And he like looked at me like, am I doing something wrong? He's like, yeah, they don't want you to record. And I go, but she shouldn't be talking to you like that. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you're the reason like she's up there. Like the fans made you. Like you shouldn't be talking to your fans like that. Because I was gonna get in line to get her her autograph and a photo with her. But the minute she lashed out at my cousin, I was like, nope, you're not going to do that, man. I'm sorry. But I was already going to do the whole photo thing with you, do all that. So it's not like you're losing any money. He was going to be in on the photo anyways. But when she cursed at him, when she used profanity towards him, like, what the F are you doing? And he has that on, like he has that on tape and everything with her saying all that. So that's even worse, like for you to do that. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're human beings, but you're also at a comic convention and it's a business at the end of the day. You shouldn't be the one lashing out. The person that should be lashing out is probably your handler. Save face and let them do your dirty work for you.
Yeah.
Like I made Rosario Dawson tell a handler, hey, I'm talking to my fans. He can record me if he wants to. I have her on like camera saying that, like, hey, I'm talking to my fan. Like she goes, hey, I'm talking to him.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that because so
at the
end of the day, that's who makes you, like, we go to the movies or we do whatever, or watch the shows or buy the books or whatever. I believe that I think they're gonna see the line that Carlos is gonna have, the meet greet. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, because Carlos doesn't care if you take a photo with him as long as you're nice.
Yeah, but that line is going to be crazy.
I mean,
I think Rado said he's already camping out.
All right, let's go. Let me hit these last, and then we're going to go and go off the air. Thanks so much to everybody for viewing tonight. Big shout out to channel members for your support. Lots of cool stuff. I think the photos will be a shared moment. Issue with Mr. T would be killer, but I definitely want him to sign my issue of
Shatner for 100.
Right. And again, I've never lined up in a signature con, never bought anything because it has signature. I'm probably not the target market. For the SIG, you're paying for 3 letters. That's right. All right, good night, Emma Dudley. Thanks so much for watching and for supporting and being here. Brian 12-ish, just because they were zooming in as ball spot. Candace Platinum also comically incorrect signatures. Give me a William Shatner signature on a Star Wars comic any day. That's an expensive prank. I don't think I can pay $225 for a SIG and photo, Carlos. Those are Paul's prices. Those are what Paul's charging.
You already looked up the Carlos Collects price.
He got a little shop light that he's clamping to a door frame, and then Paul's gonna stand over there in the corner and take pictures with people.
Well, Ryan, you're going to be pissed off. You might as well line up now.
Make sure to stay tuned here on the channel and on Instagram to find out about Friday. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what the deal is for the show for Comics on Demand. I think we're going to do it. I'll be broadcasting virtually, but stay tuned because I still have yet to hear back on it. So, but everybody else, thanks so much for tuning in and for being here tonight. Big shout out from me and the rest of the team, and JT, who I think had to turn in because he was exhausted. But we will be back to y'all next Wednesday night for the post show. We'll be showing off some of the stuff we got signed. Probably have a couple of Fan Expo Dallas items to give away, and then looking forward to sharing with y'all the report. Also, keep an eye out over the course of the weekend. I might decide to do a surprise live stream. Uh-oh. And if we do that, then I'll be on there. I'll share a little bit about what's going on. Otherwise, y'all take care. Have a great night, and we will absolutely be being as careful as possible on our way there. So y'all take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week for the post show on the giveaway show.